Hey there, are you considering buying a second-hand or used car but don't know where to start? Well, let's see if I can be of any help to you in avoiding an expensive mistake, because buying a car can be one of the biggest purchases you've ever made so far. And let me tell you, it can be a daunting process, but don't worry, I'm here to guide you through it. But take time to like, share, follow, and subscribe before we proceed. We're going to cover everything from setting a budget to spotting those sneaky red flags. So buckle up, get comfortable, and let's dive into the wild world of used car buying. Alright, first things first, the budget. This isn't just about the sticker price. You gotta factor in the whole shebang: insurance, potential repairs, maybe even a new set of fuzzy dice for the rear-view mirror. Seriously though, be realistic. Figure out what you can comfortably afford each month without having to resort to eating instant noodles for every meal, because you can't even afford to turn the hob on to cook proper food. Trust me, your stomach will thank you. Now that you've got your budget figured out, it's time to do some digging. We're talking about in-depth research, people. Check out reviews, reliability ratings, those forums where people complain about every little thing. Knowledge is power, my friends, and when you're armed with knowledge, you're less likely to get swindled into buying a lemon. Alright, you found a car that tickles your fancy. Before you get too excited, we need to check its history. Think of it like a background check, but for a car. Services like Carfax or AutoCheck are your best friends here. They'll tell you if the car's been in any accidents, had any major repairs, or maybe even lived a previous life as a taxi cab. This is a big one. Don't skip the in-person inspection and test drive, no matter how convincing the seller's words may seem. We're talking a thorough walk-around, checking for dents, scratches, rust, the whole 9 yards. Inside, inspect the upholstery, the electronics, all those buttons and knobs. And for the love of all that's holy, listen for any strange noises coming from the engine. If it sounds like a dying walrus, walk away. Even if the car seems perfect on the surface, you need a second opinion, and not from your buddy who knows a thing or two about cars. Find a trusted mechanic, preferably one who specializes in the make and model you're looking at. They can put the car up on a lift, poke around, and tell you if there are any hidden issues lurking beneath the surface. Every car has a VIN, like a fingerprint. It tells you everything you need to know about the car's history. Before you sign on the dotted line, run a VIN check through a service like NMVTI's. This will tell you if the car's been reported stolen, if there are any outstanding recalls, or if it's been in any major accidents that weren't reported to Carfax or AutoCheck. Okay, you're almost there. But before you drive off into the sunset, let's talk about the long game ownership costs. Fuel efficiency, which includes checking the engine size of the car, insurance costs or premiums, taxes as in road tax of that particular car, maintenance because all these things add up over time. Make sure you factor all these costs into your budget. You don't want to be caught off guard by a hefty repair bill a few months down the line. This is where things get interesting. Negotiating the price can be intimidating, but remember, knowledge is power. Use your research on fair market values and any issues you uncovered during the inspection to your advantage. Be polite but firm, and don't be afraid to walk away if you're not getting a fair deal. We're almost at the finish line. Before you hand over any money, make sure all the paperwork is in order. We're talking title, bill of sale, vehicle registration, any warranties, service records, and also check if the car does not have an outstanding car finance bill on it, the whole shebang. Read everything carefully and don't be afraid to ask questions. You don't want any surprises down the line. Legal considerations, don't forget the law. Buying a used car isn't just about handing over some cash and driving away. There are legal requirements you need to be aware of, like emissions testing, valid MOT test certificate, transfer of ownership, and all sorts of other bureaucratic hoops to jump through. Make sure you understand the legal requirements in your region. The last thing you want is a run-in with the law over a paperwork snafu. Seller trustworthiness. Trust your gut instinct. Not all used car sellers are created equal. Some are honest folks just looking to get a fair price for their old ride. Others, well, not so much. If you're buying from a private seller, do your due diligence. Check their online reviews, see if they have any social media presence. If something feels off, it probably is. Always, and I mean always, ask about warranties and return policies. Some sellers offer limited warranties even on used cars. Others might have a grace period where you can return the car if you find any major issues. Understand the terms and conditions before you sign anything. This could save you a lot of headaches down the line. Unless you've got a Scrooge McDuck vault full of gold coins, you'll probably need financing. Shop around for the best interest rates and loan terms. Don't be afraid to negotiate with lenders just like you would with a car seller, and get pre-approved for a loan before you start shopping for a car. This will give you more bargaining power. If something feels off, or the deal seems too good to be true, or if the seller gives you the creeps, just walk away. There are plenty of other fish in the sea, or in this case, cars on the lot or other car sellers out there. Don't let your emotions cloud your judgment, and if you had already taken the time to do your research, you will know when someone is trying to play you. Buying a used car can be a bit of a minefield, but it doesn't have to be a nightmare. By following these tips, doing your research and trusting your gut instinct, you can find a great car at a great price. Remember, a little bit of caution goes a long way. So get out there, find your dream car and enjoy the open road. Thanks for watching and happy car hunting.